Hi, my name is Richard Collette, and I am stepping down from my role as a Scoutmaster to be an assistant Scoutmaster. And I thought it'd be a good time to make a video of what I do to help organize my documents and communications for scouting. The first thing that I find incredibly helpful is to just create a separate identity, Google identity. With Google profiles, you can set up your system so that you have multiple profiles on the same machine or even in the same login, and you can open those profiles distinctly and simultaneously. So you can be logged into this profile on one screen and this profile on another screen. So the way you do that is up here. You can add a Chrome profile and create a new one, and I've made this one green, so I know it's for scouting. And I have a different icon that I use that shows, here's my Scoutmaster uniform, and I can tell that it's me. The other thing I use is this little Chrome plugin called Save Current Pin Tabs. That's actually the name of it, I believe. So if we go to the Chrome store and we look up Save Pinned Tabs, there it is, Save Pinned Tabs extension. If you install that, what that will allow you to do is pin your tabs. So you can pin a tab by just pinning it, right mouse click and pin it. And then they become these little tabs. And then when you're happy with the number of pin tabs you have, you click this icon and you hit save. And then turn on auto load, and you're going to give it a name. And you could create multiple pinned sets if you want, but I just, with this profile, I only use one. And when the browser starts up, it auto loads the pin tabs, and I'm ready to go. In here I have Troop web host, which we use to manage our troops website with calendars and stuff. I have Gmail. I have Google Drive. I have myscouting.org. I have I use an Android phone, and I do a lot of texting, so that's up there. I can do that from the web rather than from on my phone. The activities site, and then really love this single requirements document that they put out. Has all the requirements for all the ranks in one place. Really like that. And Scout Book, of course, which is in the process of converting over to the new advancement website. I forget the name of it offhand, but it links over to it. So after that, after pinning the tabs, another thing that I do is I use Google Drive, obviously, but I installed Google Drive for desktop, which allows me to do actions through the desktop that I can't do on the web. So for example, I have a Google Drive here. It's mapped over. I've got a PLC folder. And in that PLC folder, we have a monthly campout template, which has, for each of our patrols, a logistics sheet, which is basically what inventory items they need to bring on the campout, and their patrol menu planner. It's a Google sheet. And normally in the web interface, you can't copy an entire directory. But with this, I can right mouse click, I can do copy, and I can go into our campouts folder for a particular year, and I can paste that in, and then I rename that to the whatever the month is, the current month that we're setting this all up for, and we're good and away to go with documents in here. That just disappeared. That's kind of a glitch with this. I copy pasted this in here previously, and something about if you copy paste the same folder twice, it seems to delete some of the Google Sheets. Yeah, it did that. So normally that doesn't happen when you're pasting this in here if you don't delete it. I think it's got like when you delete it, it doesn't actually delete it. It's kind of in a holding bank for a little while. And that's why that happened that time. But normally I can come in here and just paste them and it works. So I'm going to move that to trash. So that's what I use for copying, kind of a template, a folder template of different documents and starting off with them each month. Finally, if you are a Troop Web Host user, there is another plugin that I actually wrote called Troop Web Host Email Plus. So if you go to Chrome Store and you go to Troop Web Host, yeah, you can see it right there, Troop Web Host Email Plus, you can add that on. And what that does is pretty handy. So if you send an email, what it does is it adds this to field. Normally you would have to go down through here, and I'm not going to scroll because I don't want to show Scout names. I might have to blur that out actually. But what this will allow you to do is it's bidirectional. If you check off the boxes down below with Scout names, they'll appear up here, which is nice because in a big long list, it's kind of hard sometimes to see exactly who you had selected in one concise place. But it also lets you type ahead here. So I'm going to just do my own family's name so nobody else comes up, but I'll type in C-O-L, whoops. Boy, it came out quick. I'm going to have to blur that, C-O-L-L-E-T-T-E. I'll blur out the others. And then we get a list of names and we can pick them, and it will put in a little chiclet with their name. And it will update the list down below. I'm not going to show you that because, again, I don't want to show too many Scout names here. I will blur out any other family member names, just having my own here. But you can, put in multiple names. And the same goes if you're replying to, if you're putting in a group. If you select a group for Troop Web Host Plus, it will it selects all the names down below, and it will populate this for you when you create the group email. And then that might be nice. You can add or remove people from an individual email if you want. So I just found this a lot quicker and easier to put in names than scrolling through a list, hitting Control F and trying to find people's names. I could just start typing them in here and get a type ahead list and enter them. So shameless plug for my own extension, but it does help me with communicating quicker. And those are my tips and tricks for managing communications and information for Scoutmasters.